finally finished most of my stuff. And hello there everyone, my name is Vaku, and I'm your host and your host. I'm a host and your voice with a voice. Here's entertain you and may not have no idea what I'm doing. I just started a light on this side only, not that side. So I still haven't finished most of my thing yet. So let me turn on the light later on. But at the moment you see like this like very heavy shadow face, okay? Again, that's a reason why I normally don't show my face that much. Is just that. Also, hi there, Sampang. Um, trying this. I turn off this light. This is the fill light, so you can see like how freaking dark my face is right now. There's a lot of shadow. There's an air. There's because I have like a ceiling light right above me, which is usually is a death sentence for a lot of lighting. If you really have like multiple different like ceiling light, if you want to stream with your face on, remember, do not have this thing on unless you got some lighting stuff going on. Even you have lighting stuff going on, you can try to avoid a ceiling light kind of like lighting to avoid a lot of like cast downward like those kind of shadow unless you personally like it. Really depends. If you want to become a professional face cam streamer, not a lot of people can be one, this and that, yeah, this stuff. Let me go and turn off my ceiling light, and then later on turn on the rest of my like fill light and everything. Okay. And you would thought like my room is going to be super dark if I just turn off all the ceiling light. Oh gosh, dang it! Get out! Okay, I just turned off the majority light that I have. All right. So now you guys see like the only like light source you can see is the fill light. So you can see like my side of my face. This is like super fucking bright. But, all right, let me then turn on my key light, which is the strongest light. Okay. Which I have to readjust the light for me to kind of like show my face. All right. Right now you can see my key light is so strong to the point that this face now have like much more light, but this face right now have like lesser light. Before then, you see like this face have a lot of light. Now because it's like a weaker light, it's just act as a fill light. But the key light in here is so fucking strong, you can't actually see a jack shit in this part of the face anymore because it casts a very heavy shadow while it is like lighting up like majority of my face. So lowering the light is necessary. Now you can see the shadow is not that heavy anymore. How to mitigate the left side of shadow a lot more is actually just have like a stronger fill light, but not too strong. You need to let the light diffuse a little bit, this and that, yeah, that stuff. For me, fill light usually have to be like in some sort of like very high places. Let me adjust the lighting. Okay. To put this thing a little bit in here. The light. Hold on, I'm adjusting the angle I'm going to like shine on me at. Okay. Thing up. Changing the angle to kind of like light my face like much more natural way. Okay. And voila, I have a key light right now. It's shining on this side of the face, but it's a little bit higher than my soft light, which is not key light here, which is not a good thing. So I have to readjust the height of this thing again. Now, hold on a little bit, okay? Alright. With a fill light set up like in this side of the face, you can now see like if I talk in here, usually you can see like my mouth usually have like a very casting a very bad shadow, is because my lighting used to not like at eye level, it's like on the lower level. It shot up here from the side, completely come from the side. But the problem is when it comes completely from the side, it have issues that you know, when I have anything in here, you can see like this thing is technically blocking my face. So when it kind of blocks my face, it casts like a really heavy shadow on my mouth. So if I really need my mouth to be much more visible, or like any side of my face is visible when I get close to the mic, I need a fill light on a higher level. Okay. Right now, with this, I can actually increase the lighting on my key light and increase the exposures of the lighting on my fill light. It's going to be bright as fuck actually, but since I turn off all my ceiling light, this thing is actually quite well lit. The room itself is now quite well lit because of it. If some people might think that, oh, it's still like have a lot of like shadow in here, like those kind of things, it's kind of fine. I'm all, like most of the time you guys would just see me like this, like the mic is blocking everything, it's fine. And another thing is I can still turn on my like ceiling light, but only on the far side, the further side from me, kind of like light up the overall lighting of the room. It's like creating additional fill light to kind of like radiate out, like bouncing around to add like more fill light in the area. This is how like you do a lot of lighting stuff. If you guys want to do some filming or this kind of camera capture stuff or face cam recording, those kind of things, like the lighting is actually really important. So if you manage to do all this thing, it's kind of fine. One of the reasons why I don't really like show my face a lot, like for quite a long time, is because I kind of like those things. What blue sky biscuit? Blue sky biscuit. Why I use? Here's the thing. I don't use blue sky. I don't even use biscuit. Technically, I rarely even use Twitters. Yes, I do put some like promotion stuff in Twitters, but I don't even like blue sky and Twitter in the first place. Actually, I don't use social media. Like the most social media I actually use, if you kind of think about it a lot, is like actually I prefer doing my social media stuff in YouTube communities than on Twitters. Okay, I use Twitters because there's a lot of Vtuber using Twitter, so I end up using like Twitter just to communicate with most Vtubers, since my customer base is generally Vtubers. Ooh man, it's really hot today. I guess like I have way too much light like beaming at my face, so like it's super duper fucking hot at the moment. I just turn off my air conditioner for no reasons. Turn it back on. Lower the temperatures. Now it should be nicer. Trust me, you don't want to be in blue skies. Twitter is bad, blue skies worse. A lot of people actually don't like Twitters, okay? But the problem is blue skies is just old Twitters. Old Twitter actually is way worse than Twitter now. Sadly, this is like a lot of people want to compare with it, but yeah, back in the days, it's like a wild, wild wasteland. You know the my TTS system is like sometimes repeat the same word again and again. Now you just keep on like repeating. You have AC. You have AC. You have AC. You have AC. Holy shit! That's still repeating right now. How many stack like is? Let me try to take a look. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow, I just repeat the same word like 7 times. Yes, I have air conditioner. This is why, like I say, if you live in Malaysia, so you want to do like content creation, having an air conditioner is a very important thing, which include into my price when it comes to like doing drawing and stuff, because like again, like electricity bill in Malaysia is fucking expensive. A lot of people can live without AC, trust me, but the problem is my computer cannot live without AC. That's the issue. It's not me, it's my computers. And the additional heat it kind of produce around it, oh no, it just like making things like worse. Okay, here is the thing. Some people might want to like figure out like, hey, Kira, what kind of like content you are trying to make at the moment? I'm trying to thinking about this. I've been thinking about this a very long time. I want to create motion animation comic. I know it's like a little bit like weird and going to be a little bit hard to figure out the process. I really, really want to do it because personally I love animations, but also at the same time I love making comic. But I don't have time to do both of them. I only got a little bit of time to do like one of them. Especially sometimes I get like commission work, I'll be like out of commission for quite a while, so I can't do my own shit. So I've been figuring out things like how to do like 2, 3 things at the same times. It's not like I have a power of ADHD and stuff. Basically, the panel and some of the movement will just appear out of nowhere. You know, it's like maybe like I do like my character walk into the room, but it will show like like fade in and fade out like image. Is at first show the door, and then I just fade in and then the door is open. I add some sound effect for like the door open thingy. It's not like actual like me physically walk to the door. It's more like I just like appear like wing, and then the door also the image like the environment image change with like the door open. And the only thing that kind of like enhance the movement is just like another like tiny panel come up with like the hand like turn the knob, so it become like, oh, you understand the entire comic panel. This particular panel is like for the character opening the door, something like that. Or you can see like a very dark scene, like it's just completely black, and then like I show a panel, the hand like pulling like the light stuff. So when he pull and then like finish pulling, the panel of like the hand pulling is gone, and then my character appeared with the light kind of with like the either like already pose up with the light, or like the hand is still like holding the light, something like that. The panel itself have a certain interaction with the other panel. And I think the most I don't have the game. I really want to get a game. Someone sponsor me to buy this game. It's like something impact again. I forgot. Hold on a little bit. Artist Impact. You know this guy? He made the entire game alone. I forgot it's alone or like with a few people, but this is a very competently made game. You can see like the way they do like the paneling, the actions. Like overview, you only see pixel animations, but when they do any like actions, they kind of like zoom in that particular thing and then they do show you the actions. See? Oops, hold on. You guys can't really see it properly. Let me try to like change my view thingy. Okay, hold on. I full screen it, but it's going to be a hard time for you guys to kind of like see this thing. Since you guys can't hear it, I'm going to add this. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Exe. Okay. Add temporarily. And I don't know who Scott Cotton is actually. Sorry, the TTS is having some very major issues lately. It just keep repeating the word again and again and again and again. Well, it's really weird. The system is. Let me try to restart it. I never know his family name, so I just remember the Scott word only. When you say the cotton, I don't I don't know until you actually specified it. I don't know his full name, but I know like Scott. When in the Hold on, I'm trying to do some technical talk with like the guy who created the TTS system for me. Not for me, it's like for lots of people. Hold on a little bit. So when the YouTube setting page, if you start a new stream, you have to refresh. Okay, I'm back. Where was I again? Ah, yes. Yeah, because sometimes like the repeat thing is a little bit annoying, and then I think I found the thing. Try to talk something in the chat, like see the thing like get repeat a few times or not. This time I restart like the TTS thingy. If it is, means like it's really my my thought process is like there's a reason why like the TTS keep repeating itself. I kind of have like this like tiny suspicious already, and now it kind of confirmed. Yeah, it's not repeat. Let me try to. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Okay. All right. This thing is already public, so I don't really need to like not show it. So this is like the way like it kind of like see. Oh, this is like your Twitch. This is your YouTube. And then when you're live, you have like this particular ID on it. If you look into my stream, you look at upside. Actually, it does show the ID too. This is how they kind of track the chat system. But the problem is when you make a new stream, imagine like, oh, I finished this stream, I jump to another stream. So I have to press refresh and then let it kind of like find the stream, right? So it will take some time and then find the stream. But if I am very impatient, I keep spam this, refresh, F5, 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 F5 multiple time. This is like okay, this is the how many time? Fifth time, fourth time. So try to say something again. Yep, it just keep repeating. You can see the history. It just keep repeating like say hi 3 times. Because I refresh a few times, it detect like the stream a few times. So I have to close this thing down and then open it again just to let it kind of like refresh the entire data. The bug issues for this I used to be coded too, so like again. I kind of like used know a little bit of it coding stuff. So every single time you press F5, it refresh. But usually when you refresh something, you have like a normal code that you say like, hey, so since you refresh like a thing, clear the data. Apparently, it didn't clear the data. So if I just keep repeatedly refresh multiple times, it would just like have multiple instant of it running in the background. So when you say something, it would just repeat like run the same code again and again within that within the same like systems. Unless I close it down and open it back up, which the data got like full clear, it won't have like multiple instant of the same like chat it is reading and then like repeating it again and again and again. Thankfully, I used to be engineer, so I know how to like see the shit. Okay, this is like, let's back to what I was like talking about. Okay, this game is called Artist Impact. I really love this game. Okay, this game is like really artistic, and then the way it kind of written. If you are a person who is Chinese and also like a little bit like Cantonese kind of things, you watch a lot of Zhao Xingqi, and then you got like some sort of like humors that are going on there. This game have a lot of like those kind of slapstick humor in there. A lot of like those kind of like very like Asian humor, in some sense, anime-ish, Asian-ish, like Hong Kong like funny movie style, those kind of things are going on there, and a little bit reference on the Western meme stuff. This and a lot of things. Try to think about Kojima, but in a pixel game, and all the pixel animation they made is like super fucking smooth. See? This is like how I'm going to want to like make my like animated animation comic, or you can call it like motion comic. It's like every single time they do some action, they will like pop up this kind of like effect stuff. It's like click this and that. Even the panel popping out, reacting to the actions. It's like popping in the next scene, next panel, and next panel. Like the way they pop up, like depends on the actions. They will have like some sort of effect when they're popping up too. I really want to do something like that. So this is like a very good inspiration that I got from here. This one actually. Yeah, this game is like a perfect treat for being a motion comic, but also a game, also pixel game at the same time, which I'm really, really fucking impressed. I'm so fucking impressed at this game. Oh yeah, you guys didn't hear the music and stuff. Let me try to play the music and stuff, okay? Oh, you guys can't hear it. Try to check why. Okay, you guys aren't hearing it. Let me try to. I'll try to like find Artisan Pack in YouTube and then play that way. It's much more easier. You guys can hear it. Like, look at this. Like, how beautiful this game is. With trackable interaction, this and that stuff. Plus, the animation is like so fucking smooth. Yeah, this is like a very, very kick-ass animation and stuff. So yeah, it's really, really fun to watch. I'm trying to I'm going to do some little like experiment. It's going to be more and more proficient. It's a new skill that I'm trying to develop. So it's going to be more and more proficient as time passes. But for now, it's just going to be like that. It'd be like this. So yeah, yeah. Trying to develop this skill is going to be a little bit surprising and stuff. Because as time passed, like it's just going to. This is like a built-up asset thingy. So in futures, I'm just going to get like more and more and more stuff to be able to build on and things. One of it is like like those kind of like reaction thing, or like like the question marks, or like the exclamation mark, those kind of things like pop up, or those kind of like visual effect. I'm going to make more and more of those things in futures too. It's like the visual effect is going to be like a reusable thing. Depends on the situations. Imagine I do like a split second visual effect. I'm going to make another one. Control C, Control wing. Yep, Control B. Control C, Control V. And then just name this visual effect. So let me wear my glove. My iconic. At this point, it's more or less iconic. My red glove. Hold on. So using should I go for like the animated on 3 or on 4? Let's try to animate it on 4 first and then like compress it to animate it on 3. Let's see like which one is better. I need to like save up as much budget on like drawing as possible. So when it comes to animations, I think it's better to have like a visual is just a split second, right? So you don't really need like a lot of like what onesie? So let's have like shock animations, okay? Let's create a okay. Just something for fun. Okay. A gray dot to much more. Control C, Control V. This is going to be another one, and then add a new scene. I'm going to erase this one, redraw them. Oh, just going to erase this one. Redraw this thing, and then Control C, Control V. Going to be again. This is going to erase this again. The fact of like we are not printers, so like this thing is going to be like redraw a few times. So I'm going to again repeat this thing back to 1, and oh, not 1. This thing is going to go back to 5. Back to 7. And then back to 1. Not 1. Back to 6. Back to 7. Back to 5. Okay, this will be like a 2-second animations. Okay, let's drop this thing to be like work in 2 seconds. Okay, so it will become something like this. I think everything have to shake a little bit, right? Like have their own individual shake. That would be much more better, right? It's a work in progress, okay? It's just a concept of idea, something like I want to do something like this, but much more shorten it. I think I need to shorten this thing a little bit more. Yeah, it's going to look weird a little bit because I'm still figuring stuff out. I'm thinking about like maybe do this like animated on 4. At the moment, I just want to take a look at the motion. Is like good enough or not? So far, I can say no. So I'm going to like shorten this thing to like, like on 3, which is like every 3 frame you draw one image. So this thing become a 1 second. I think it's going to be like a half second or like less than half a second kind of like animations for all the effect and stuff. Yeah, I'm trying to think about this. Ooh, the repeat is back. I didn't even have a lot of a repeat on this one. Yeah, you can like look at the history. It just keep repeating and tell me what about into into. Man, it's a little bit annoying. I can't even like fix things properly. So far, the things kind of like. Mm, yeah, the bursting, I need to remove it. And I don't need to repeat this thing, okay? In order to make the motion much more smoother, I can just delete the rest of the 2 frame, okay? And the rest of all this frame. Delete. And I can just turn this into a tweening animations, okay? So I have 2 key point every second frame. Okay. So if you just look at this, it would. Yeah, it looks much more smoother this way. It's like a mixture of like motion graphic with a like hand draw frame. This is a nice one. This is a nice one. Let me try to like erase this thing like that. You know, this particular frame, I need to do some erasing by doing the drawing thingy. This particular frame, some cleanup. Now I can play. Oh yeah, I'm in drawing mode. Erase the drawing mode first. Yeah, I'm using linear motions rather than some other things. And I should squeeze the animation a little bit more to make the bang kind of like, you know, more like happening in a much more smaller split second. So instead of like 4 frame of like explosions, would be like 3 frame of explosions, but on like I say like in 2. It was that's like a different lingo for animations. Like, can people just like unify everything in one thing? So like on 3, technically it's like in 2, and then on 4 is technically in 3. Man, it's just like very confused. It's just a very fucking confusing term. Okay, even the word timing is not actually timing. Okay, it's actually called spacing, but everyone called timing. Okay, in reality, it's spacing. So this is like the proof of concept. I need to create like a few frames that does this kind of stuff. First of all, I need to have a concept built up. So it's going to be like a draft of like a comic first. It's going to be not paper format because it's a digital format. I'm just going to use the 4:5 ratios. If you guys don't know what 4:5 ratio is, 4:5 ratio is like what we call the perfect uh perfect posting kind of like size for Instagram and for Instagram and like Twitter's, technically Blue Skies, depends which one you want. So yeah, it's like a perfect format for you to post in that kind of size because like they don't crop when you reach that size. If you just post like one image, so since it's going to be a GIF animations, which yes, to prevent AI and stuff. Technically, I'm not even trying to prevent AI. It's just ironically, a lot of people want to prevent AI by turning it into GIF. But the problem is, if you turn things into GIF, like if you have a really fucking colorful like drawing, the color is going to get dumbed down because of GIF. Okay. Don't do GIF. If you really want, turn in the video. Oh shit, videos are taken by AI too. Technically, nothing is protected by the fucking AI. So this is what I'm going to say. If you guys really want to find a fucking way to kind of prevent people like scalping your, not scalping, it's like stealing your art, give up. Seriously, there is no way to actually prevent it. Yes, it's called gift. You know, the TTS is not helping. It just keep repeating what you just said. It's called gift. End of conversations, okay? I will not call it gift or gift. I'm a Malaysian. I pronounce it in Malay language, okay? G-I-G-F. GIF. Okay? End of story. Yeah, I don't care about graphic interchange format or not. I'm using pronunciation ability of Malaysians. Okay, I'm going to do some drawing. From that, I need to create a proof of concept drawing is to have this thing. Let's create like a few frames first. Okay. Ah, it's going to be really hard to draw if I want to draw this. Okay. And like this. Oh, like do the hard thingy, okay. Technically, it's not the hard thingy for me. It's like I know they do this for the money, you know. I don't have paper cash with me at the moment, so it's basically like rubbing the money, okay, rubbing $10 or 100 bill, okay. That's how I know I'm a fucking boomer, okay. Wrong. It's an ancient polite to show how fucking old I am, okay? Oh, wait, I need to change up the view again. Hold on. Yeah, technically I have a 3.0 model already been designed, but the problem is I don't have the money for it. So you guys can only see the 3.0 model in, in my comic or like visual form, illustration form. You guys will never be able to like see this in like any other form. any other format. I want to do that angle, but when my arms are like this, the camera coming from here. Here's the thing, okay? VTuber is like that. Essentially, it is. VTuber is just like which kind of like anime format you love, like which kind of anime character you want to become, and then do that, but with like majority of like the design kind of like more or less like change. Sometimes they retain as much as possible because they want to pay homage to like the inspiration they come from. Like look at Kojima, okay? Kojima work is essentially carbon copy of any movie reference. They just change the visual. Just that. The entire like framing and everything is identical. So depends on what kind of homage you want to pay to, you can retain the similarity of it. Just don't make a 100% copy of it. Like a lot of people, like back in the days, like when a lot of like male VTuber exist, most male VTuber just look like Kirito. I'm not even kidding. It's like 90% of the male VTuber exists back then. Like everyone is just different flavor of Kirito. Blonde Kirito, nerdy Kirito, Kirito with glasses, or like otaku Kirito, Kirito that wear sci-fi clothes, Kirito that wear like fantasy clothes. Is everyone is fucking Kirito. You look at them, you just like, you're just going to say, another Kirito clone again. Like if you don't want that kind of effect happens, then you do have to add a little bit of personality into it. The thing is, it's fine to make it almost carbon copy of it. It's just that as time passed, at first like you can imitate like a certain structures, but as time passed, you can slowly change it to what you really want and like. If you're really afraid of other people talking about it, then don't do it. If you don't mind, just don't mind it. Is the intention of you want do you want to change it in the futures, or you just want to temporarily use it as a like establish like a concept or ideas? If you just want to utilize the fame of other people, or like the thing you reference on, just to like use their fame, then people will see it. If people see that shit, they will call it out. If you never intended for that manner in the first place, even you get called out, you don't feel any jab from that word. But if you're actually on purpose, doing that on purpose, when people talk and mention about it, you become very fucking defensive about it because you are. It depends on your own personal guilty conscience that you are going to use them because they are the famous persons, or you are going to use them because you got inspired by them, and you first are going to make a carbon copy first and slowly going to turn it into your own. That's the key questions. My character is come from Kingdom Heart. It's basically back in the days, like his hair, his spiky hair, is just a copy paste Sora hair. Okay? And just green. It's just Sora but green. I can literally download all the line art or like fan art of other people, like hand draw Sora. I just paint his hair green. It's just identical. And then I feel like, you know what? I need a little bit of my own stuff adding to it. I need to add a little bit my own personality into my characters instead of just like, color swap. And as time passed, you can look at this guy here. Does he look like fucking Sora? No. You can't. You can say like this thing is like legally distinct character at this point. He have nothing like looking like Sora. Like the first time you see it, you won't even say like, "Hey, this look like a Kingdom Heart character." No, you can't say this Kingdom Heart character anymore. Back in days, maybe, but as time passes, it's just like, it have like his own thing going on there. The way like how I designed the hair spike, this and that other stuff. If you guys don't know, my character used to look like here's the thing. if you want to see like Kingdom Hearts Sora, like kind of like hair spike, his hair kind of like behave like this. Now, the reason his hair spike behave like this, you can see like there are hair pushing up, there are hair pushing down. Do you know why? And then there's like a particular big spike here. I study hairstyle so much, how anime hair kind of like happen, to have my character have like his own legally distinguished like hairstyle, because like I study how a hair roots kind of like grow in like, so like like we have this like surrounding patterns for our hair, right? Sora, actually, the reason why he have such a crazy hairstyle is because he have three. Some people have like 2 spin, Sora have 3 spin, okay? This is like the hair spin of Sora. Okay? As like it slowly grow out. But why the hair in here grow up in here? Why the hair grow up in here? Because he have 2 other spin. This one is in a clockwise. This one is in the anti-clockwise. So they kind of like grow up this way due to the hair spin. Okay? And they kind of like clash to each other's. And this one have like you can like draw a spikier, like slightly spikier up or left, or like they just become neutral around that time, like less stronger spin. Like depends on how you kind of like want to do it. For me, because finally I understand how like Sora had become like this level of spiky, I switch how they kind of like do it. Kirei only have 1 swirl. Like me, I only got 1. Some people have 3, some people have 2, some people have like 5. It's like very fucking messy hair. For me, I have 1 spin root. Okay, 1 spin root, it becomes something like this, and this is why you can see like my character have like a certain like hair motions, like the way they kind of like spike up have like the different thing. Like you can see like this side of the hair is perk up, this side of the hair is a little bit droop down. It's because like it only have 1 spin, and I make my hair a little bit have like some iconic shape to have a spike in here, always an iconic, like you can see like the diamond spike here. Okay, the diamond spike, and I have a front hair that is going to always be like this. Depends. You are the barber if you are the artist. Okay? So again, I follow the rules of going to spin like this. So I'm going to keep on spinning this. Spin, 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 spin. And then this one, I'm going to like spin it up again, like this. But the hair will just like going to be much more, because of distance, okay? It will become more and more neutrally straight line the further the hairline goes. So there will be hair that is going to droop down. There will be hair is going to like being very strong. So the back of the hair is like really close to the spin. So it's going to like perk up like this. But the front side of the hair is much more droop down. Is because it's like the furthest, like it's the furthest apart from a hair. So it's going to follow the line. Maybe straight line, maybe like still a little bit like spin there. Maybe like just depends how you part your hair. This is why the front of the hair is easily parted. The back of the hair, unless it's like really fucking long, you can't part your hair like that. Only the front hair you can part. The back hair you can't part it. So when you study the hair like this, I learned to be able to stylize my character hair in a legally distinct way. So from just a carbon copy of like Sora hairstyle, I learned to be able to do my own character hairstyle this way. So there will always be a this and this. This too is basically going to be my character iconic spike. You have to be like a legally distinct like spike like happening behind you, no matter in what kind of situation happens. So if my character decided to look at sideways, okay, if Kira want to look at sideways, I'm not going to draw the actual face of Kira. It's just okay. If you have to go and look at it sideways, this spike will still exist. Okay, it will still exist. And then this hair, it will always be exist. See? You see this like the key rule you have to add into it. Like when it always like when it comes to this, you have to always have like some sort of like you can't really say the word stole. It's more or less like you get inspired from it. You're not exactly because at the end you have to do a little bit edit. You know? You can't just carbon copy a thing and think of like there's no consequences. Okay? You copy people homework, you at least have the decency to change some word. If you don't, people will just call you out. And for your way to say, since you already say you stole it, a carbon copy of it, people see it, if they are from a big company, you'll get fucking sued. That's the reason why, like, no matter how like Sue happy Pokemon is, why there's still so many like different mod and ROM hacks still exist is because they never take money from people. The moment they actually get monetized taking money from other people, they will immediately get shut down by Nintendo. I'm going to use... Yeah, this is going to be the first pop-up thingy. This is going to be happens. This is like the close-up of this. So it will go like a pull motion, pull down with a click. I think I need to change like how this thing like presents a little bit. Again, it's really based on your personal preference and everything. It's like if you draw a Dragon Ball character, but it's your OC, and then you draw like a fan comic of it, people like it, then it's fine. If like the creator and the author or the company that it represents, it's fine that you use the design as a fan art. It's fine, you know. But if you draw Goku doing some weird ass fucking shit, they are going to find the shit out of you. No matter you just like change the hair color of Goku to become purple, and then just say this is not Goku, this is Boku. Like, no matter how legally distinct you can say, like, it's a carbon copy of Goku with different hair color, you are going to get fucked by Toei. Okay? I'm not sure it's made by Toei or what. It depends on the company that owns now the Dragon Ball like IP. Okay? You don't have to ask me for this kind of things because, like, by your understanding, you know what actually like, is it wrong to copy people work and then monetize it? If it's just used for practice, it's fine, obviously. But if you're using for it to kind of create your own stuff and then earn money from it, then you're on the fucking wrong. If you're just going to use it and turn it into like some things that your own, like later on in the futures, you're just practicing it, yeah, it's fine for you to do it. Everything is really context based. Like, you can't just say like I stolen something. Am I in the wrong? Even you admit you stolen something. So are you wrong or right? Are you asking me to want me to say something that can justify your theft? Or you want me to find a legal loophole for you to kind of like get away with it? Either way, it's not going to be good. If you get into deep doo-doo because of that, it's not my fault. It's not your fault. It's technically it's 100% your fault that you try something and it didn't work. And here's the thing, like, if you really want to ask legal advice, you shouldn't ask like a guy from the internet that have zero law degree, okay? You're supposed to go and find someone who actually have a law degree and talk about it. Like, don't trust any like random smuckle giving you law advice, okay? Only lawyer can give you law advice. What if I'm going to say like you can randomly kill people is fine, the law allows it, and then you will go ahead and fucking kill people? It's not going to fly, you know. If you just say, hey, hypothetically, if I shoot a person, he didn't die from it, and now I'm like legally liable on that, and I say, no, you're not. What, you're going to shoot everyone if I say that? I'm not even a lawyer. That's you being dumb. Even you just say that doesn't mean that it is, you know? I can say I didn't do that, but in the reality of a situation where everyone see it, it's a different context. Then it's different context, you know? I can say my art style doesn't copy anyone, but if people say like my art style look like freaking Persona, it's going to become Persona art style instead of like however fuck I name it. I call this motion comic. People say, "Hey, this is anime comic," and then at the end, it's just people going to say that this is anime comic. If 10 people see this thing, I name it in a different way. They say, "Oh, this is anime comic." Then this anime comic. If I eat an apple, I color it purple, and then I call this eggplant. I eat it. People look at it. They know it's fucking apple, and they will keep calling apple. Even you manage to breed a fucking eggplant that looks like an apple, when you try to eat it in front of people, because it looks fucking like an apple, people will call it apple instead of eggplant. If you don't know what the fuck is eggplant is, I'm gonna say aubergine. Aubergine. Okay? So no matter like what case you are doing, you always state that you are referencing from something. So people can see the similarity on it. You can't just say like, hey, despite this guy look like fucking Goku from Dragon Ball, it's not. Because you know you actually like source it from that. Heck, you might be even like literally carbon copy from that. But if you keep insisting it's called something else, people won't fucking believe you. Because your intention is to copy them in the first place. People aren't idiot. Sooner or later, even like you manage to get away with it for like a few years, people are just going to give like card on it. Apparently, you guys don't know about this thing. Is like as time passes, if you manage to become famous on copying famous stuff, obviously you're going to become famous. But once you become famous enough, people will also notice that you copy famous stuff. If you never really bother to tell people that, hey, this is where I kind of like get reference from, this and that other stuff, people will know that you are a fucking liar. Depends, you want to open your context with, I got this based on this because I love this kind of stuff, so I make this thing based on this thing. If you're never going to disclose that thing, and then when you get caught, then you are on the fucking wrong. I'm not even telling you trying to do bad thing. Here's the thing. Never announce your fucking crime. If you want to do a crime that nobody can see. Crime and social media and content creations do not fucking mix. This is why so many like TikTok kid is trying to like do crime and film it, think they can become superstar, and then they got caught by fucking police. You don't know why? Because they're doing fucking crime and filming it. Because I've seen too many people. Oh, with complex shoe. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm an artist, okay. And every artist have one thing you're going to be obsessed with. For me, it's fucking shoes, okay? The reason every single time I draw, you don't see me draw like the leg is because if I draw shoe, I'm going to draw ages. Another reason why most people actually charge extra when they actually have to draw full body because the shoe is going to be involved. And shoe and feet, apparently, is way harder to draw than fucking hand. And also, it's in the fucking foreground. It's not like in the background, you know? If it's like a background character like Smuckle standing here, like I don't need a very like detailed shoes to be drawn, okay? This thing is literally right in your face. Like what I'm gonna draw, like rubber, like freaking Croc I'm wearing. I'm not going to wear a fucking Croc, okay? Even in my dying wish, if I have like a last death wish that I can get buried with, it's me wearing a decent shoes before I die, okay? I like red stuff and red shoes. Apparently fucking Jordan like took over all the nice looking red shoes. They are so fucking expensive I can't buy a single one of them. So I can dream myself to wear a nice red Jordan shoes, okay? I'd rather wear a fucking flip-flop than a Croc. No, fuck Croc. I do not like my toe getting contained when I wear something that is I consider as a fucking sandal. Croc, I still believe is the most stupidest thing alive. Okay? Fuck the run mode. If I want to wear something comfy, I won't wear fucking Croc. And who the fuck want to show a fucking feet? I'm not a feet drawer, okay? What? Most of my I don't want to cultivate a fucking group of audience is just going to be like, hey, this guy draw feet. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, then you are not in the internet long enough. Okay, you sweet, sweet summer child. Okay, this thing is going to move. And then this whole leg start with going down. Then you can draw one. Aren't you an artist? Now, again, if not lots of people actually like know me, I'm actually really fucking foul-mouthed. I tried to suppress my language for a very, very long time. For like 2 fucking years while being like a gosh dang a VTubers. Because like, you know, most VTuber doesn't really curse. Or like most. Even they do a lot. They try to restrain themselves in stream. For me, I really do not want to do that. I'm not a really child friendly person, okay? I'm not even brand friendly in many cases. So back then when I got into like VEP, I actually actively suppressing myself a lot. Just not to drag other people down. Or like make other people uncomfortable with my freaking cursing foul mouth, okay? And as time passed, I feel like I'm not being myself. Now I'm just like full on unleashed. Not even in the good way, to be honest. Now that kind of thing of it. It's like I'm really overusing my curse. Cussing like so much. I think mainly is because I just literally did not yeah, mainly I think like it's literally because I did not do like lots of like things to restrain myself back then. Now it's I've been restraining myself too much. Now it's just like, you know, a freaking fucking dam is like burst open, and then my language just like. At this point, I'm just not going to get shown in like YouTube at all. Oh, by the way, do you know like my YouTube algorithm has been like really good lately? Back in the days, I won't even like, get a 10 view within like this kind of extreme times. I'm getting 15 view right now. Do you know why? I realized that there's like one weird thing happening in YouTube. The AI algorithm, yes, about the AI algorithms. Apparently, they do not like you putting link in your stream description and stuff. So the moment you put link in there, you're just going to get a lots of negative mark. Yes, they have like a credit system for you to like algorithms. If you are a big streamers and a big content creator, you can put link in there because your health bar, you have been leveled up so much, you have such a fucking thick health bar, you can tank through the damage. But if you are small content creators and like new content creators, technically your health bar already are at the negative. Okay, so if you do any infractions, it's just going to further drag down your channel. And some people can do like slight infractions that is so much damage that the new channel keep getting flagged out and banned because of that. Yeah, that's actually the reason of why there's so many like new account getting banned left and right. It's just that a lot of people don't really aware that like we actually start with a negative like social score in YouTube score. Okay. Oh, hold on. Hello. 而家我仲有啲飽啦，不過可以坐住同你飲茶啊。OK 啊，你要玩可以啊。啊，OK，bye。Okay, my friend is calling me for hanging out, which again is a pretty rare event. I'm just going to like turn off the stream at this point. But either way, I do have like some fun time streaming with you guys. An hour and 30 minutes. Maybe I'll come back and stream do another stream later on. Okay? Anyone who just dropped by in here, like hello there. Sorry that you guys just dropped by in. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and as always, guys, stay healthy, stay safe. Until next time, stay tuned on the next stream. Bye-bye.